Welcome, my little couch potatoes, to the comfiest courtroom on the internet. I'm your host, Llama, and it's time for dramatic testimony, overruled objections, and absolutely unqualified opinions. So grab your snuggiest blanket, some delicious snacks, and get ready to watch court with your internet besties. This is Couch Court with Llama.
I should have fixed my chair last. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to part 2 of today. So I've had a busy day so far for lunch. So I decided to come on a little early. Court's not supposed to be until 1:30, but some images have just been released of the suspect in the Nancy Guthrie missing persons case, and it's some creepy shit, you guys. Like, oh God, I got goosebumps from it. Oh, I don't like it. I don't watch those, scary things found on ring cam or stuff like that because it creeps me the hell out. So some images of a possible suspect have just been released, and you guys, oh my God, it is. So that is one of the pictures. There's 4. Oh my God, it's so weird and creepy. This is them at the front door of Nancy Guthrie's home. As you can see, they're wearing black gloves, a mask. Here's another one. Don't mind Buffy's getting a notification from Discord from me because I just screenshotted this from hers. As we're all like watching this unfold, me, I'm like, what is happening? Oh, there's a video. Oh, I can't really. Where do I find the video at? So these are the photos that they just released, and like, oh my God, just nightmare fuel. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about these. This is wild. And sorry, they're like sending me links and stuff. Thank you. You guys are like the best. Oh, it's not popping up anything on ABC's end here. Okay, I see. Pause it. Hold on just a second. So I'm not the best at doing this part. There we go. So here is the security images that they're showing from Nancy's ring camera. Pick something up out of the yard. Trying to cover up the video of the ring camera, maybe. Turns around. Well, we can definitely say this isn't just some random you can't block the camera there. Oh, I can make it bigger. I'm sorry, guys. The deadline was yesterday, last night. I think it's 6. So, yeah, the police are like just came out like 10 minutes ago, if that. It's so creepy and weird. Interesting that they're spending a lot of time trying to cover up this ring camera. Wouldn't they have wasn't it missing? I think. I feel like yes. That I thought. Now, I'm not super up to date on this. I've been living vicariously through Buffy and Amos, who have been hot on the case. since it happened. So they definitely know more than I do. But I thought I remembered seeing photos of the front door with the Ring camera missing and then like the blood droplets on the ground. Several were smashed or broken. So you would think, though, that if it's somebody that was very knowledgeable of the place, that they would have brought stuff to cover up the cameras, or wouldn't be, being like, what can I use to cover this up? Well, you think they would have brought something, yeah? If it was somebody that like really knew the ins and outs. Because I mean, they're spending a lot of time trying to cover up their face. Well, it's definitely okay. That's definitely a guy. There was a little bit of a debate earlier. I was like, this person, as you can see in like the still shot here. I was like, ooh, this could be like a woman, because they have eyeliner, it looks like, and some nice eyelashes and eyebrows. But that definitely looks like, perhaps a more male. But what do you think he has in his mouth that's reflecting like that? Unless he has like the pearliest teeth I've ever seen, which I suppose could be. Interesting. I don't know. I have literally no opinions. I am not that deep as Amos and Buffy in coverage. So I don't think I'm the one to speak or speculate on that, but this is some weird and creepy shit, that's for sure. I do not like it. I do not like it at all. It doesn't seem like this was a botched robbery. I mean, maybe, but I don't think so. Well, put it this way, that person definitely intended to commit a crime and cover their face. So I guess it could still be a robbery, but I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that it's super creepy and I'm creeped out about it, even though it's daytime. I wonder, so I'm wondering if they released this because either one of two things. Well, it could be more than two things, but for me, my two thoughts are either one, they have no idea who this person is. They're stumped. And I find that a little hard to believe because they have the FBI involved and whatnot, or they feel like they already have their suspects and they're hoping that this spooks them into messing up, or maybe the person hasn't reached back out to the police. And so this is them being like, hey, trying to start like a dialogue or something. I don't know. This is crazy. Well, I do think it's on a loop too, but it's still like a significant time just wandering around on the camera. It's good, at least a good minute and a half, maybe. I wonder how tall he is. I wonder how tall that arch is in the front of her house. Maybe they'll measure it, unlike the Caneiro trial where they didn't bother measuring the garage door. Maybe they will. Right? It could make the person panic. That's what I'm thinking. Could be one of the reasons behind releasing this. Or, I mean, because what is anybody going to take from this? The public wise, like to be look out for somebody dressed in it. Like nobody's walking down the street looking like this right now. So it's definitely, I feel like in that term of like, hey, we actually do have shit, or we might even know who you are, sort of thing. I still go from Breaking Bad stuff. Buff says I still don't feel like it's just one person. I mean, I don't think it is either. I'd be very surprised if it's one person. I mean, it can be It can be, but I don't know. I don't know. I just saw like the helicopter above her place. I didn't realize it was as big as it was. It was very nice. Beautiful home. I know that's probably a weird thing to say right now, but I don't know what else to say. Besides, this should be weird. So I guess if you know anything about this, call the FBI line there. I'm trying to see like if he has any weird like gait or anything like that. Looks like he has a little bit of a belly. And what are we thinking he got there in? Question, Buff and Amy, if you're still listening. Was her car gone from the house? Like, did the person kidnap her and the car, or they don't know how she left? Just wondering. I know that they confiscated a car, but I don't know if there was said whose it was. I don't know. Anyway, so no, they didn't take her car. Okay. Ooh. So this person definitely had to arrive in something that would be able to transport an 84-year-old lady. Interesting. Okay. Oh, you're on the brother-in-law still? I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, listen, these kinds of incidences just don't happen very often at all. So I think that's why the nation's so, oh God, it's so creepy and weird. Like, why is their mouth reflecting like that? I wonder. You think they were holding a flashlight? I don't know. Bed to bed putting. Oh yeah, I already read that. Oh hi, Amy's popping up in the background there. I see you. So yeah, so weird shit going there. I think we're gonna get some more information this evening. That's what I think. But why the brother-in-law? I mean, I don't know. It's crazy asking for ransom in the first place. Like I feel like if it was any old idiot, they probably, that's why ransom is not really much of a thing anymore here in the United States. It is very much a problem elsewhere. Very, very much a problem elsewhere. But like, I don't know. It seems ballsy as shit. I mean, if you knew for a fact that she was Savannah Guthrie's mom, then you would know that this was going to make national news. Like, how could it not? So I don't know. But if you guys happen to know somebody who wears this ribbed ski mask and gloves, who probably doesn't walk around this way, then by all means, please call the FBI. And this also makes me wonder, I don't even want to speculate that. Because they run the risk of spooking the person and the hostage killing the victim. So, but I definitely don't want to speculate on that or put anything like that into the universe. Oh, your reasoning is that you have two younger sisters and all brother-in-laws are always sus. I mean, I can see that. I mean, most likely it's going to be somebody you know. But there are obviously many times where it's not somebody, So all I know is I could not imagine being the family right now. Like how scary that must be for them. I mean, I have had goosebumps now for like 20 something minutes, and this isn't, my problem, my house, my anything. Just, oh, I can't imagine. Well, oh, what happened to my screens? Oh, okay, there we go. I was like, what? Oh, I look tired. I am tired, you guys. Yeah, there's a lot of speculation going on. And I don't know. I certainly do not know enough to go off of anything like that. But all I know is that those pictures are very, very creepy. And I'm glad. I'm glad that they do have stuff on video, which, listen, I do know that it seemed like, oh, everybody's like, they don't have anything. They don't have anything. They're not saying a whole lot. Well, this is why. First of all, they usually do have more than you think they do. And I think this was a game of chess right here. It was like, oh, really? Boom. We actually have more than you think we do, sort of thing. I mean, they're not going to tell the public what's going on, because it could be at the risk of Nancy. So lighting in here is where this is what happens when we get like a day of sun in Ohio and it's 45 degrees. Oh shit. Sorry. I just realized that. Oh my gosh. It's a heat wave in Ohio. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's very, very little, because they made it sound, or whomever, as though there was like no cameras, right? Because they were destroyed or missing, right? Is that what you said, Buff? They were, where was that? Several were smashed or broken. So, though I guess if this would have happened in Canton, Massachusetts, that the videos just disappear from the security cameras. So I don't know. Will there be testimony today asking for a friend? Don't know. Don't know. It depends. If, oh, good, the courtroom's, oh, shoot. This is going to be super annoying because it's going to take up my whole screen again. Hold on. Let me go out and come back in real quick, guys, okay? And I'll answer that question in just a second. I need to redo this. Yes, leave. Okay, sorry, friends. Sometimes they have to go out to, I messed up and it would have taken up my whole screen, court would have. So, don't want to be doing that. Are we going to have testimony today? It depends. It depends if the state is going to come back after lunch and say, hey, we want a continuance because we want to look more into this whole tech or screenshot or whatever. So it really just depends on their answer when they come back from court of what they plan on doing. So they're not back yet. Oh, good. Okay. And it didn't take up my whole screen. Problem solved. So yeah, honestly, I don't know. They're supposed to be back 5 minutes ago. That's what they told the jury to be back. So we sit and wait. I hope they get going. That would be great. That would be great. Because I don't know how long of a time frame they would need to get done whatever they need to. Honestly, I don't think they really need to do a lot. All you need to do is bring up and cross. Do you know anything about this? And then pull someone for rebuttal. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but we'll see. What I do know is that the judge was very not happy today. Very not happy today. Maybe he's had a little bit of a better lunch break afternoon. Because he is real fired up. Real fired up. So, we will wait and see. What an interesting day for us in the true crime world, right? Spicy court, creepy Ring camera videos. Do you guys get those on your YouTube feeds? Where it'll be like, look at what was caught on Ring camera. Creepiest things to be caught on. I hate them. I hate them so much. I don't need to know what's going on. I don't need to know. It's too scary. So, hate that. How horrifying. All right. So, what else do we have to talk about? I thought court was going to be a little early. That's what I should have. Or on time. That was my fault. My fault for doing that. Anyway, how was your guys' lunch? Mine was clearly interesting. I was like, oh, I'm just going to listen to some music and highlight some Laura Owen documents. And then, craziness. Oh, craziness. I don't know if this is like, I think we can rule out that it's like some like cartel shit or something like that. I know that was something going around, but that does not seem like a person does seem like a little amateur. And who knows? Maybe they'll have someone. I wonder. No, Llama. Don't go into all that speculation. So I was just wondering if maybe we think that they did hear anything back from the ransom person or not. I don't know. I do hope for the family's sake that Nancy is found alive. Or if she's not, I hope she didn't suffer in any way. So another channel pointing fingers at Matt Lauer. What? Shut up. Why? Matt, okay. Because he has nothing better to do with his time than go to, okay, all right. That's a little, okay. I don't even know what to say about that. I'm speechless. Oh. I remember your message now from earlier. Didn't really say that? That they thought it was Mount Lauer? Oh my gosh. See, this is also why Llama doesn't like to do conspiracies are wild. This is why I don't really like to cover breaking news. Some channels do, and that's fine. But I'm not one of those just because there's so much circulating. You never know what's true or not true, including with the news. I mean, when we research our, cases for true crime and wine time and things like that, you can read several different news articles and they all say different things about the same thing and trying to decide, well, which one was the more accurate one. And that comes from reporting in the moment, so who is Matt Lauer? He was the guy from TV. Matt Lauer. You know who he is, Savage. He's been around forever. I don't think he is anymore. Didn't he get like Me Too or something? Or he lied about being shot down from a helicopter? I don't remember. I know there was some Matt Lauer scandal, but I don't remember what it was. That's just what he's doing in his free time now. Kidnapping old ladies and holding them for ransom. Okay. This is also why I don't report things in real time. I'd get a lot of hate messages. I don't want any of those. Yes, and she wouldn't come back if he was on the air or there was some kind of, oh, was the issue with her? Oh, I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about it. We all need a hobby. I guess, right? It could be. So this other YouTuber said that maybe they had, oh my gosh. Okay. Oops. That's not what I meant to hit. Try to make things. There we go. That's an opinion. That's a thought. A good one. I don't know, but sure, why not? Why not? Oh my goodness. If we are here until like 3, I'm going to be so annoyed if the jury doesn't come back on. Let me see. Let me see if their chat has anything going on in it. A judge just came out and talked to someone, then went back in. Did they? Let's see. Oh, he did come on for just a split second. Let's see. Oh. Or maybe they're not saying anything at all. I can't lip read. Where's Stan? Stan, where are you? And where's your friend who was in the courtroom? Are they there today? Okay, well, that wasn't great. Okay, fine. Let's see if they have anything else they're saying. No. Okay, well, that was nothing. You've never heard of Matt Lauer? Okay, all right. It's fine. That's fair point. I miss your face too, Amy. Let me see. Let me pop over on Long Crime and see what, if anything. This is why I miss Court TV already, because guess what Court TV would do? They would be in their YouTube stream chat and they would tell you what, if anything, was happening behind, like in the courtroom when things weren't live. Does Long Crime do that? No, they don't.
To the jury,
wait.
Mr. Decker, can you tell us where we are?
Judge, I think we're ready to continue with the direct examination of
Yeah.
Okay. Have we come to an agreement as to when we're going to deal with the stipulation issue?
I think before we leave for the day, we can give that to the court. I mean, I think it's like one sentence. One of us just has to write it out.
Okay, so we're moving on. Love
Defense,
this.
anything else that we need to put on the record before I bring out the jury?
Not at this time, Judge.
Okay. We're going to ask the jury to come back out, please.
I'm actually super pissed about the Court TV Long Crime merger. I'm super pissed off about it. It might be a little irrational, but I don't think it is. Anyway, I don't know if you've seen Monica's outfit today, but I love it. I don't love the black blazer, but that skirt. Love it. All right, so we're picking back up with...
Good afternoon, everyone. You can be seated.
Good afternoon.
Thank you all for coming back this afternoon. As I indicated this morning, we had a legal issue. So if you want to have a doll, like a Mark Lemieux doll that you want to use to kind of stab at for being late, you can blame everything on me, on nobody else. Sometimes things take longer than expected, but we are ready to proceed at this point in time. So thank you very much for your patience.
You're
for coming
very
back for the
generous,
afternoon.
sir.
We really do appreciate it. Thank you on behalf of everyone here. We're back on the record with State of New Jersey versus Paul Caneiro. It's indictment 19-02-0283. And I have the appearances of counsel for the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Assistant Prosecutor Nicole Wallace on behalf of the state.
Good afternoon, Judge Chris Decker for the state.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Monica Castellan on behalf of Mr. Paul Caneiro.
I'm gonna go find real quick. I'll be back.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Mr. Caneiro. We'll continue on with the testimony of Caitlin Caneiro. If she can be brought back up, please. Ms. Caneiro, just watch your step, please, if you don't mind. I want to remind you, you're still under oath from yesterday, okay? We can continue on with the direct examination. Go ahead.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Katie.
Good afternoon.
So just a couple more topics I wanted to cover. One of them I wanted to circle back to was, I think you testified yesterday about the Porsche Macan.
Yep.
And I think you mentioned it was a loaner vehicle.
Yes.
Approximately how long did your dad have the loaner vehicle for?
I'd say less than a week.
And why did he have a loaner vehicle?
His car was in the shop. I don't remember why.
And with respect to, we also heard a little bit about soundproofing in your house through some testimony. Was the master bedroom of the house soundproofed?
Yes.
And what about the basement?
Yes.
Okay. And to your knowledge, who did the construction of who did the construction of the remodeling and including the soundproofing?
It was Corey's best friend, Tom Z.
And as the construction and the soundproofing was happening, was Corey ever there at any point?
Yeah, he would stop over and him and Tom Z would go get lunch together occasionally.
Now, we've also heard testimony about a little bit about a backpack. Did your dad have a backpack?
Yeah.
And is that something that, did you see him carry it around?
Yeah, he carried it everywhere. It was almost like an extension of his wallet. Like everywhere he went, the backpack went.
And for how long would you say that your dad had the backpack?
I don't know exactly, but at least since I've been in high school.
So
That time, around 10 years.
10 years. And just a couple questions about your dad. Can you tell us a little bit about your dad as a dad? Was he a good dad or?
Yeah.
Objection. Relevant.
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Sustained.
Okay. How about your dad as a brother? How was his relationship with Keith?
It was very good. They were very close. They did everything together.
And what about your dad as an uncle? How was he with Jesse and Sophia?
I mean, he treated them like he treated me and Marissa like his own kids, and he would drop everything for us. He'd always be there. He was very supportive. He was just good to have around.
What about specifically about Jesse? What, if anything, can you tell us about their bond?
They had a great relationship. They had a lot of things in common. Jesse loved history. My dad loves history. So they would do a lot of things like that. When Jesse was learning how to swim at the Silton Club, he asked my dad, who I tagged along with, and we watched his little race when he learned to swim. And then one time, I think Jesse was in preschool, he was able to bring a special friend to show off to his class, and he invited my dad.
Did your dad and Jesse ever do things together, like much or anything like
Yeah, they
that?
did a lot together. When Jesse was bored at home, he would call my dad to hang out. And either Jesse would get dropped off or my dad would go there. But they did a lot together.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Are you serious?
Ms. Caneiro, it sounds like the children, Jesse and Sophia, would have trusted your dad, right?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, she has a full-on red power suit today.
Yesterday, there was some testimony where you had sent your Aunt Jen a text message on November 20th in the morning of 2018.
Yes.
And I think you said you sent the text message at about 10:26 a.m.
Yes.
And your phone number ended in, it was 7924, is that correct?
Yes.
I'm just going to approach you with D154, which you've seen yesterday.
Yeah, she is.
And I believe that was what was shown to you yesterday, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
You only got a
Now,
red power
this
suit
message
if you
is
need
actually
it.
on the back page of it. The green bubble here where it says, the text message to her, where are you?
Yes.
Does it show as being read on here?
No.
Just delivered, right?
Just delivered.
Okay. And then I think you said you looked at it later and eventually you saw that it was read.
Yes.
Now, does this appear to be a group text message? Let me ask you this. Do you see these numbers here right before it? The first number?
Yes.
That says owner. Is that your number?
Yes.
And that ends in the 7924 number. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then you have Aunt Jen's number here.
Yes.
And then this 848 number. Do you see that number?
Mhm.
Do you recognize that?
No.
Is that a number associated with EcoStar?
I have no idea.
You don't know. It was in your group text message though, right?
There was no group text message with my aunt.
Okay, well then what is this?
I don't know.
Objection?
We talked about.
Oral.
Okay, let me show you. I'll show you something else.
That's right. It's a new stream. Interesting.
Miss Caneiro, did you have another phone number at the time or another number that was associated with your phone?
Whenever I traveled to Greece, I had a different SIM card.
Did you have a different phone number?
It was a different SIM card too, yes.
So yes, a different phone number.
Yes.
Yes, okay. And that other phone number, was that 732-268? No?
No, it was a Greek number.
Okay. I'm gonna show you what has been marked and I'll show council as S504. First page of the extraction report. First page of the extraction report. May I approach?
You can.
Okay, I'm gonna show you what has been marked as S504.
She kind of looks like
This is the
Courtney
first
Cox.
page of your extraction report from
Nicole.
your cell phone. And let me just ask you, you recall that your cell phone was extracted back in 2018, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to show you if you recognize this number here. This 7924 number. Do you recognize that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that your number?
Yes.
And that's the number you texted Aunt Jen from, right?
Yes.
And then this number here that ends in 8977. Wait a second, I'm sorry. It's actually
Court just started.
9357 right there. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. That's on the extraction report. Do you recognize that phone number?
No.
You don't recognize that? Okay. I'm showing approaching with S505. If we could take a look, I'm going to show you first D154. This is your text message, right, to your Aunt Jen on 11/20/18?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm going to
You have
show
to say yes or no.
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as S505. Do you recognize that same text message on here?
Yes.
Okay. And does that appear to be part of a group text message?
No.
It doesn't?
It's not a group text. It's a conversation between me and my aunt from
Okay.
the previous day.
But do you see the numbers up here where it says Aunt Jen and then it has the 848 number and the other number that is marked 357? Do you see that?
I see it, yes.
Okay. Does that appear to be a group text message?
I don't know. I don't see any other text messages. This is, if you look at my phone, it is a conversation between me and my Aunt Jen.
Ms. Caneiro, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions just to clarify some of the cars that you guys own. So you indicated your dad owned or drove a white Porsche Macan, is that right?
Yeah, this was a turbo.
Okay, and I think you said his car was actually in for service, so he had a loaner car.
Mhm.
And the loaner car that he had on 11/20/18, that was also a white Porsche Macan, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and it had like the black strip on the bottom doors?
I'm sorry?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Your mom's car, the car that she drove was a Porsche Cayenne, is that correct?
Yes.
Is that the car she routinely drove?
Yes.
And that's the car your dad pulled out of the garage, is that right?
Yes.
Now, did that car have a remote garage door opener in it?
Yes.
It did, okay. You had an alarm system in your house, isn't that correct?
Yes.
And did you have multiple cameras in your house?
Yes.
So you had an alarm system. Did you also have a DVR system that was separate?
I don't know how it works, but
Okay, so you had an alarm though system that was hooked up to your house?
it was, but it never works, so.
Okay. Certain doors like would beep when you were
Yes.
coming in and out, and then some doors didn't beep, right?
Yes.
When you were coming in and out. All right, so you had that, and then you had some cameras inside your house, is that right?
I know that now. I didn't know that back then.
You also had cameras outside your house,
Outside, I
is
know
that
that.
correct? And then you had like a DVR box that was located in the garage, right?
Yes.
All right, so I would imagine at night you kept your doors locked, is that right?
Yes.
Now, the doors that would beep when you would go in and out, that would be the front door, is that correct?
Front door, yes.
And then the garage doors?
Both of them, yes.
And was there another one?
Yeah, the back door in the laundry room.
Back door. Now, the French doors and the sliders, they would not beep, right?
No.
If you're coming in and out. And where were those doors located?
The slider doors were in my kitchen and the French doors were in the dining room.
Okay, and did they lead right out to the backyard?
To my deck,
To the deck?
which was in the backyard, yes.
Now, you indicated that your dad's room was the guest room, is that correct? And was that room, if you go up the stairs, would it be all the way to the left?
Yes,
And then next to his room was your room, right?
yes,
And then next to your room was your sister's room?
yes,
Marissa's room? And then was there a bathroom after that?
Yep.
And then the master bedroom, right?
yes,
Okay. And the master bedroom, that was the side that was closest to the fire, right?
one part of the master bedroom. I mean, it wasn't the bedroom, it was the closet and the bathroom.
So it like shared a wall with essentially where the fire was?
The fire started in the basement and it went up the back of my house, which was the master bathroom and the master bedroom, not the bedroom, master closet, not the bedroom.
Okay, so the master bedroom closet was where the
Yes.
fire started, right?
No, it ended in the closet.
Okay, but it was on that side of the house, you
Yes.
understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
Okay.
but the bedroom went all the way across.
Understood. It wasn't closest to your dad's room, right?
No, it was closest to the master and my sister's side of the house.
Got it. Now, your mom, you guys had some Australian sheepdogs, is that right?
Yes,
2 of them?
yes,
Okay, and I think you indicated, or you may have been indicated that they were with your mom in bed?
that's where they slept in.
Did you ever hear the night?
No,
Now, on 11/19 of 2018, you worked all day,
yes,
and then you got home at, I think you said at about 6:15, correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't remember the exact time, but 5, 6, yes, that sounds normal.
Were you the last one to go to bed that night?
Yes,
Your sister and your mom went to bed before you, is that correct?
yes,
And you went up to bed at about 11:30?
yes,
Now, when you came home, your dad was already up in his bedroom in the guest room, is that correct?
yes,
Okay, and you did not see him the rest of the night, is that right? Okay, I know you indicated, I think, on direct examination that he was sleeping.
yes.
Okay. You didn't see him though, so you can't say what he was doing, is that correct?
No, I didn't go in his room.
Now, obviously, you wouldn't be able to see anything or hear anything that he may or may not have done when you were sleeping, is that correct?
What? Sorry.
You were not able to see your dad, anything he may have been doing in the middle of the night while you were sleeping, is that correct? And he was the first person you saw the next morning, is that right?
Yes,
He was the one that woke you up?
yes.
Yeah, so obviously he was already awake before you were awake, is that correct?
I took sleeping pills the night before, so I did not hear the fire alarm.
But he was awake prior to you being awake, is that correct?
Yes, I was the last one awake.
Okay. Now, you mentioned on direct examination that your dad kept some of his guns in the unfinished part of the basement. Is that right?
Yes.
Is there like a metal locker down there?
I don't know what it looked like. Like, I know the area, like I would be able to recognize as my basement, but I don't know exactly.
Okay. But his guns were kept, you said, in the basement?
In a locked area, I guess.
And also there was a safe in the garage too, is
Yes.
that right? Okay. But that wasn't the only place that your dad had his guns, was it?
To my knowledge, it was.
You weren't aware of a Sig Sauer gun that was located in the guest bedroom with a laser light in it?
I don't know what a Sig Sauer is.
Do you know what a laser light is?
It's a laser, that's a light.
Do you know what it is or no?
No,
Okay. You don't know what it's used for?
no.
Now, your dad was good with IT and tech-related things, is that correct?
That's what he did for a living, so yes.
Those days where your
Installed the
hair
cameras in
hurt.
your home?
Installed, I wasn't there for it. I have no idea.
Did he set the cameras up in your home?
He used the cameras,
Okay, and would he maintain the cameras?
yes,
He would be the one to handle anything camera-related?
yes.
Okay. Do you know that he also installed, and you may know because you were sitting here, Dr. Gold's cameras?
I know that now.
You know that now, okay. If anyone in the home would know where the DVR was located, the box, it would be your dad, right?
We all knew,
Including your dad, right?
yes,
He was the one that maintained the cameras, correct?
yes.
Do you remember an officer approaching you and your father on the morning of 11/20 and asking your dad where the DVR system was located?
I don't remember, but I saw it here. I was here.
It's not here.
Yeah.
You don't remember that, but you remember your dad saying, "Oh, fuck, I hurt my hand." Just
Yes.
to be clear, okay. Let's play, if we could, permission to play S78, which is the DVR of that portion of that testimony. I'm just gonna pause it. You can see the timestamp. Okay. Ms. Caneiro, I'm gonna ask you just to watch this, and I might pause it and ask you a couple of questions. You can begin. Can you just have the court volume up, please? Pause it, please. Do you recognize the individuals on the screen or any of them?
Yes, my dad and my mom.
Okay, and whose car is that in the back?
My mom's.
The white Porsche Cayenne?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Where is that?
It's me, not my mom.
All the DVD stuff for the cameras and everything in the house. It's in the garage. In the garage? Yeah. Where did it?
Right, I just want to be clear. Did you see when your the officer asked you where all of the cameras were located? Did you see that part?
Yes.
And your dad looked at you and you said the garage. Did you see that part?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
You walk in the garage and it's all the way up top to the left.
And then the officer asked specifically where in the garage, correct?
Yes.
And your dad looked to you and said,
He was talking to both of us.
Okay, my question was your dad looked at you and said, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then you told the officer specifically where the cameras were located, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you have it running right now? I've been having problems with stuff in the garage. You've been having problems with stuff in the garage? Yeah. Okay. I can pick it up actually. Okay.
You can actually take this down. Now, did you hear your dad at that point say that he had been having problems with stuff in the garage?
Yes.
And that he had a ticket open with one of the companies?
Yes.
Okay. You had no idea what that meant, is that correct?
No.
Yes or no?
I said no.
It's not correct.
No, I don't. I had no idea.
You didn't know what he was talking
No.
about? Because according to you, prior to you going to sleep that night, the cameras appeared to be in working order, is that correct?
I didn't check, but I would assume so.
Okay. And do you recall saying that in your statement that you gave to the police?
Yes.
Okay. That the cameras appear to be in working order prior to you going to sleep?
Yes.
Can I just see D1, 425 to 430, please? D1, 425 to 430.
I do think they were supposed to have closings today. And that's why Nicole's wearing what she's wearing today. The closer. Didn't Georgia wear a red closer on Donna Adelson too? I think she did.
I'm approaching with what has been marked as D425 first. You were shown this picture the other day, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and that's a picture of your mom, your dad, and Jesse and Sophia, is that right?
Yes.
And about how old are they here?
I would say 4, 2.
2 and 4. I'm going to show you what's been marked as D426. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
And who is that?
Jesse and my dad.
And how about how old is Jesse there?
3.
3. Showing you what's been marked as D427. Is that your dad and Sophia?
Yes.
How old is Sophia about there?
2.
Showing you what has been marked as D428. Do you recognize that one?
Yes.
That's your dad and Sophia, right?
Yes.
And how old is she there about?
3.
3. Showing you what's been marked as D429. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
What is that?
Jesse and my dad.
Okay, and about how old is he there?
5.
5, okay. And then I'm showing you finally what's been marked as D430. Do you recognize that?
Yeah.
And is that Jesse and your dad?
Yes.
And about how old is Jesse there?
5.
When Jesse passed away, he was 11, right?
Yes.
And Sophia was 8?
Yes.
Okay.
So of the photos that you chose to sample for your dad's special bond with the kids, they were older photos, is that correct?
I mean, yes, because that's all we have.
Older
All I
photos?
have. Yeah.
You indicated that your dad and your uncle Keith were close, is that correct?
Yes.
Are you aware that they were so close that your dad was actually the trustee for your uncle Keith's life insurance trust?
Yes.
You were aware of that?
I'm aware of that.
You were aware that they spoke daily, I believe you said too, right?
Yes.
Okay. Were you aware that your uncle Keith actually called your house line on the night of November 19th of 2020?
I was at work, so no.
So you were not aware of that? Were you aware that your uncle Keith actually spoke to your mom once that night?
I know now, but no, I was not aware that day.
When your dad told you about the 4 text messages that Uncle Keith sent him in the middle of the night, he didn't tell you about those 2 phone calls?
No.
And by the way, the 4 text messages, when did your dad tell you about that?
That morning,
About when?
9:30 or 10.
Your mom, she did not work outside the home, is that correct?
I know.
Do you recall her ever working outside of the home since you were born?
Yes.
You do, okay. About how long did she not work outside of the home for?
Probably since I was in 1st grade until after this.
Okay. And your dad was the one who paid the bills, is that right?
I have no idea.
Okay, you're not sure?
No.
Just speaking of bills, you guys had, there were 2 Porsches that we heard about that your parents each drove, is that right? And then what kind of car did you drive?
I drove a Porsche Carrera S,
Okay. And how about your sister?
Jeep Wrangler.
Okay. Did any of your family members drive an Audi?
No.
Oh, that's his girlfriend's car.
Oh, wait, Keith. Had an Audi at one time. I don't remember if he had it then, but
2018.
okay, no.
That's just his car that Keith.
Did your dad pay for Keith's Audi?
I have no idea.
Yeah, you testified on direct examination that when you were about halfway down the stairs, you remember a loud bang, right? And yes, and then your dad saying, quote, "Oh fuck." Do I have that quote right? Or "Oh fuck my hand." Is
Yes.
that right? Okay. When in the last 7.5 years did you remember that little tidbit?
The whole time.
Because you didn't seem to remember it when you gave your statement back on the date that it actually happened. Right, it's not in your statement?
It's not in my statement now, because I was asking to leave and they kept telling me that my cousins were okay and they would take me after my statement, so I wanted to get through it.
Okay. But 7.5 later, you come in here and you remembered it today.
Why would I forget that?
Kind of like 7.5 years later, you decided to check the status of your Aunt Jen's text message, right?
Yes.
What prompted you to do that, by the way?
Because we were talking about her.
Oh, Nicole.
You hadn't checked it from the time you sent it, though, correct?
Not since that day.
Okay. And then I think you said you checked it a couple of days ago, right?
Yes.
So a couple of days before you were coming in to testify on behalf of your dad, right?
Yes.
Good work, Nicole.
With regard to your dad's hand injury, you didn't actually see him get the injury, is that correct?
I didn't see him hit his hand, no. I heard
You weren't
it.
even sure which hand it was, is that right?
No.
Just the last couple of questions, Ms. Caneiro. You were obviously close with your Uncle Keith, is that right?
Yes.
And your Aunt Jen, and your cousins, Jesse and Sophia.
Yes.
And you're close with your dad, is that right?
Yes.
You guys have always had a close relationship,
Yes.
and you've maintained that relationship throughout the years, is that correct?
Yes.
And you're here today testifying on your dad's behalf, is that correct?
Yes.
And you don't want to see anything bad happen to him, right?
What's worse?
You don't want to lose him too, is that correct?
He's already been gone. There'd be nothing that would change.
Any redirect?
Judge, can we approach?
Oh, and Nicole coming in being like, well, there's some stuff you don't know about your dad. And also, you know, of course you're going to be a little biased in your, you know, testimony, perhaps, whether or not she's, you know, answering truthfully or not. It doesn't really matter. I mean, those were probably questions they were going to ask her anyway, but I did, the way that Nicole worded the whole, and after 7 years, you just decided to check this text message thread. And what was the other thing she brought? Oh, the hitting of the hand 7 years later. She tied that all in really well together. Good job, Nicole. I will say that. She seems a little bit of an attitude, a little bitchy. You guys, she's fucking pregnant. All right, she's pregnant. She's been in the courthouse all damn day. I'm just saying, I would be fucking irritated if it was me. Okay, just to put that out there for you guys. She does look like she's, I don't know, second trimester is what she's looking like. Like, that's annoying as shit. And, you know, you thought you were only going to have to do it one day. I don't know. I don't think she comes across that way. I mean, of course she's going to be a little defensive and cagey. It's her dad. I don't know who would it be in this scenario. But also, please keep in mind, she's also pregnant, okay? She's also pregnant. No excuse, Dave says. No excuse. I mean, I think anybody, quite frankly, would be in this scenario as well. I can absolutely think that, Stan. We had a hard time already feeling like Paul could have done this. I mean, I spent the first couple of weeks being like, my brain does not want to compute that Paul could do this to his niece and nephew and his brother and his wife. And I don't even know these people, you know? I can't imagine being your father and knowing all of these people and having all these memories and just not wanting to come to terms, especially with how horrific it is. And I'm not saying, like, that's just how denial works. And listen, when you're losing a parent who's been in prison, it is grieving a life you don't have anymore. As, like, screw Paul, all right? I don't really care about Paul and his feelings. But when you're the family member of a defendant who is in jail, you are grieving a part of your life and your heart that you don't get anymore. And it really does have a huge effect on you mentally. Source me. Source me. I can tell you, it is a very, there's a lot of complicated feelings that go in your mind because you want to keep this like idealistic version of your parent alive. But also there's this other reality that you have to like contend with. And listen, my parent wasn't a murderer. I could only imagine if it was, but I'm just there. It's a little bit more complex and nuanced than I think a lot of people who just, and by the way, Stan, I don't mean to like, I have personal experience. I don't know if you do or not, and I don't want to discount if you do. I'm just saying from my personal experience, having been the child of somebody who was incarcerated, it is very complicated, very, very complicated. And so you will always hear me give defendants' families some grace, because to do those mental jumping jacks, to not want to face the truth, I mean, that takes years. That can take years to get over and to accept. It's just a reality that a lot of people don't talk about. And, think about it. Everybody that she's ever known all thinks her dad is a killer. You're being ostracized by people that you've known for years. Like, it's some heavy, heavy stuff. So I don't know. I'm just saying I always give grace to them because I know the struggle is very, very hard. No. I promise you're not in trouble, Stan. I promise. Nobody's in trouble for having their own opinions. If you guys think has an attitude of being bitchy, by all means, everybody is entitled to their own opinions here. From my personal experience, I know what it can be like to be in that position. And even as an adult, I don't know how younger kids do it, to be quite honest with you. I wasn't a child. I was barely an adult. But I can't imagine what it must be like for younger kids to have to go through it. It's awful and traumatic, because you have this parent, like, yeah, her dad's still alive, but also at the same time, dead in a way, because you're never gonna, the former version of them in that life is just, they're like a ghost in a sense. When all you have is 20 minutes to talk to them on the phone, once, sometimes more times of the day. It just depends on, all of that. So, and you may not even go visit them. My parent was 3.5 hour drive away. I never went to visit because also it was too hard, because in your mind you can create the idea of like where that parent is, even though you know where that parent is, you can tell yourself, oh, it's not that bad, because you just have like a phone call relationship, where if you go to visit them in person, it makes it very, very real. And a lot of people don't, sometimes want to go visit their family that's incarcerated, because that reality breaks that person needs to heal, right? I'm not talking about the person who did the crime in jail. It's about who else gets punished because of what somebody did. And listen, only Paul's responsible for that, and same with, my situation. It sucks, it is hard. It is hard. And people just want to judge you based on that all of the time. I could not imagine this being in their scenario. I'd probably do all sorts of mental gymnastics too. I also feel very bad for her because she is pregnant, and I assume this would be their first grandchild, and that's going to be tough for her to not have him there. So, but again, the person who did the crime, that's their fault and their responsibility. Just what it can do to entire families is devastating, to say the least. Also, is that lady in the purple the other daughter? I wonder if anybody knows that. Oh, look, another lady wearing red back there. Red is a color today. We didn't coordinate or anything. Oh, is that who pointed out yesterday that it looked like Walter, or not Walter? Well, that's what we called him, but Adelson's husband. What was his actual name? Why can't I think of his name right now? It's not Walter. He just looks like the puppet Walter.
Whenever you're ready.
Just a few follow-up questions. Starting with the text message with your Aunt Jennifer, do you still have that text message in your phone?
Yes.
As you sit here today?
Yes.
And earlier today, did you have an opportunity to show it to the prosecutors?
Yes.
Okay. And from what you can tell on your phone, is it a group message or not?
It's not a group message, and if it was, you wouldn't be able to see that it's red. Group messages don't work like that.
Objection.
Obviously,
You're probably right, though.
you didn't have access to your extraction report, correct?
No.
Now, you were also asked on cross-examination about the cameras in your house.
Yes.
And in your statement to the police, I think the prosecutor asked you, to the best of your knowledge, or they were working at the time. Okay. Did you specifically check your cameras the night before?
I said, no, I didn't. I wasn't one to check my cameras ever.
Okay.
That's something I did.
So when you told the police that your cameras were working, what did you mean by that exactly?
I mean, I wouldn't see why they wouldn't be working.
Okay. But was there, returning back to your testimony about the 18th and what was happening earlier in that day,
We were having issues with our Wi-Fi that weekend leading up. And I don't know if it was resolved. I went to work the next day. I wasn't there all day.
In fairness to everybody in the neighborhood,
And-
that's bad Wi-Fi. That's what we've learned.
The prosecutor also talked to you a little bit about, I guess, whether you ever heard your dogs barking at night.
Yeah.
At the time that, and during the overnight hours, where were the dogs?
In my mom's room.
Okay. And did you mention earlier, is that the master bedroom?
That's the master, yes.
And is the master bedroom to some extent soundproof?
Yes.
And the last thing I want to ask you about is the prosecutor asked you about your statement and things that you didn't
Yes.
maybe mention during your statement. And I think you started to get into it, but what were the circumstances that under which you were giving that statement?
I kept asking about my cousins, and I was being told that once I gave my formal statement, I would be brought to them at wherever they were located, whether it was a local hospital somewhere. And I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea anything about that day. And my statement was a basic statement. I was trying to get out of there. I wasn't sitting there going, no one was telling me anything. They just asked me what happened that day. And I briefly said what happened that day.
Did you know at the time what was important or not important to mention?
I had no idea what was going on. No one was giving me answers. I kept asking to leave. I kept asking to find people. I kept asking what was going on, and they would just move past and say, like, we'll answer everything when you're done.
That's all, thank you.
Oh,
Recross.
Very quickly, Keith Caneiro, the DVR system that your cameras were hooked up to, that was actually hardwired, and Wi-Fi would not have affected it. Is that correct?
I have no idea.
You don't know, okay. And then just in terms of you being at the police department, and you indicated they wouldn't let you leave, right?
Yes.
It's fair to say there was a fire at your house, right? At that point, there had been a
Yes.
fire, and then there was a fire at your Uncle Keith's house, right?
Yes.
It was important for them to figure out how these fires might have started and who could have started them. Is that correct?
Yes.
And your safety was also important because at that point,
My safety. I was having an asthma attack and they wouldn't let me get my inhaler.
Can you wait for her to finish asking the question before you start responding? Go
okay,
ahead.
Judge, I'll ask a little differently. At that point, you guys didn't know who, if anyone, could have been targeting the two families. Is that correct?
Sure.
Thank you. I have nothing further.
Defense, call the next witness.
The defense will call Melissa.
No, it's the other daughter, who is not who I thought was the daughter this whole time.
Put your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Okay. Once you're seated and comfortable, can you state your full name for the record and spell your last name, please?
Marissa Caneiro, Caneiro.
Okay. Ms. Caneiro, I just asked you to speak up. You probably heard me say that a couple times. Just speak up so juror number 15 and 16 can hear you. Go ahead, counsel.
Don't worry,
Good afternoon, Marissa. Can you just introduce yourself briefly to the jury?
I'm Marissa, and I'm Paul's youngest daughter.
And we heard a lot yesterday from your sister Katie about what transpired on November 20th of 2018. So I just want to focus you in on one specific thing that happened. At a certain point, were you at the police station with your family?
Yes.
And during that time, were you taken downstairs to a conference room?
Yes.
And while you were in that conference room with your dad, did you learn any information about what was happening with your family?
When we were alone, me and him.
Yeah, here, I'll back up. At some point, are you in the conference room with your entire family?
Yes.
Okay.
And
And
yes or no backstory questions.
thereafter, were certain members of your family taken out, and were you left alone with your dad in the conference room?
Yes. My mom and sister were taken out of the room, and then it was just me and my dad in there.
Okay. And when it was just you and your dad, was there a point in time where you learned information about your family?
Yes. A police officer came in, and he told me and my dad that.
You're saying, I'm sorry.
Just say,
Did you learn what happened, just without saying what was said, did you learn what had happened with your Uncle Keith and Jennifer and their family?
Yes.
And did you learn that they were deceased?
Yes.
And can you just describe that moment that you learned that and what your reaction was and what your dad's reaction was?
Relevance.
Oh, that's a judge sigh.
you can answer as it relates to your dad.
When they told us that everyone died, my dad was really upset and crying. He fell to the floor, and I was sitting across from him at that point. So I got up and I was on the floor with him, just holding him. He was crying a lot, and my shoulder was wet. And then eventually they told me I had to leave the room as well. So I don't know what else happened.
When you were in the room with your dad and he was upset and crying on your shoulder, did you say he fell?
Yeah, he was sitting on the chair and then he fell to his knees. So I went over there and I was just holding him up.
And about how long were you on the ground with your dad before you were taken out of the room during this time?
Maybe 3 to 5 minutes.
That's all I have.
Ross?
Interesting.
Just a quick question. When you were in the police department, ma'am, you were allowed to keep your cell phone on you, right?
Yes.
Okay, and all of your family members were allowed to keep their cell phones, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then eventually you ended up giving a statement, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and then you left that night, correct?
Yes.
Nothing further.
Let me step down.
That's interesting.
Sure.
Did you have cell phone service when you were?
No.
Nothing, Judge.
You can step down, thank you.
They didn't have a lot of questions for her at all. That's interesting.
That's call the next witness.
Can we approach?
Ken?
Who is it? Or are we going to rest? I mean, she looks like she's done for the day. Maybe not. They do not seem to, her spirit seems broken. Poor Mo is not having a good day at all. And it kind of definitely see that she's worn down today. I mean, she didn't ask that daughter for like any of her background or story or anything. I don't know if maybe she was just not wanting to do that, so she wasn't so much attacked by the other as the other daughter kind of was, but not really. I wouldn't say she was attacked. It was just good questioning. Or if Paul is why is the jury leaving again? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hey, research. All right, I'll be back home in 5 minutes.
Okay. So we're taking another 5 minutes break apparently. Is Paul gonna take the stand? Maybe? Paul's looking like a little eager beaver. Did you guys notice that? He looked like a little eager. Oh my God, if Paul takes the stand, oh my God, you guys. Oh, wouldn't that be amazing? He seemed very, now this is pure speculation on my part, but I noticed the questioning of the second daughter did not go, it was very quick, little to no backstory. They didn't even ask her what she did for a living, like literally nothing about her. And I wonder if, because what they were trying to use the daughters for was to talk about events that happened without Paul having to say what happened, right? Because they all experienced it together. They can testify instead of Paul having to take the stand, or at least for a lot of it, right? And with the second daughter, though, they just seemed very rushed through that, as if perhaps maybe Paul was like, you know what, fuck it. I'll take the stand. I don't want my daughters to go through this. This is me thinking that he's a good person, maybe. Like, you know what? I'm not going to make my family go through this anymore. Maybe, maybe not. Pure speculation in my part. But, you know, I don't know. What a day indeed, P. Lola. What a day. With this trial, with the Nancy Guthrie images coming out in the video. Oh my gosh. That's right. Hit the lake. It is a new stream. Bad Wi-Fi, great barbecue on the Tilton Drive neighborhood. Yes. Yes. That seems to be what we know. Lots of barbecues, but that Wi-Fi, that pesky Wi-Fi, which wouldn't soundproofing your house. I don't know how the internet works, but would that make it harder for like Wi-Fi to go through? I don't know how any of that works. But if you guys relate to the testimony, not a lot came out about anything. Once Nicole started questioning Katie, she just brought up that there was this other number attached to a group text. I'm a little confused about that testimony, but she did it in a way that I was like, oh, okay. She brought up the fact that, you know, she testified about the back of her dad's hand getting hit on the door, though she didn't see it. And she never said anything about that in her initial statement. But now, 7 years later, she has something to say about it, which honestly, in her defense, your freaking house just burned down. Well, almost burned down. All right. That's a very traumatic situation for anybody to go through. And then all this other stuff. So the fact that she didn't say anything about his hand, I mean, I'll be gentle with her on that one. But she also only just checked the text message conversation between her and Aunt Jen like 2 days ago. So what Nicole did was she put that together and basically presented it in a very fair and subtle way to the jury that, well, maybe you're saying these things because you're about to testify in your dad's quadruple murder trial. Basically, she said that in a much better way. And that was about it, really, that came out from Katie. And then Marissa's was like a whole 2 minutes. So I don't know. I don't know what's happening. We've had about what, like a whole maybe 20 minutes of testimony today. Maybe. But that's okay. We were spoiled this morning. I wish I would have known I would have gotten a drink instead. But that's okay. What time? Here, you know what we can do while we're on break? Hold on, let me pull up. Do a poll. Do you think Paul's going to testify? Hold on. Pause that so I don't hear my own voice, because that's not great. Also paused on a really bad image of me. Do you think Paul is going to testify? Yes. No. Now, it's not a matter of whether or not you think that that's a good idea or not, because the answer is almost always no. It is not a good idea to testify. The only time it's ever really a good idea to testify, in my opinion, is self-defense. That's about it. It's the only time where you basically have to testify, because you have to testify that, you felt like your life was in danger. But oh, you played you played a word game on YouTube Playables while we were on a break all by yourself. Oh, I'm sorry. I know, no word game today, but that's okay. If they bring the jury back out in the defense rest, I'm going to be really happy about it, but also really annoyed at the same time. But I hope Paul is not taking a stand, because his attorneys are not on their A game today. Monica looks defeated as shit. I mean, I would too. After having a judge talk to me that way on camera, he was not wrong, but I would be like, oh. Today's 2 words are pregnant and pineapple. We had another word this morning that he kept saying, and I forget what it was already. I swear, these days are just the longest days. The longest of days. What was... Oh, colloquy. Yeah, that was the word this morning, which I can never say that word. Colloquy. Scrunch jumbles. You know what? Maybe we should make like a word search for this trial. Maybe somebody should do that with all the key phrases. That could be fun. Draconian. Ah, yes. That was today as well. Oh, another thing that you might have missed was Nicole was like, so, did you guys have an Audi by chance? By chance? Basically, that's what the mistress drove that Paul paid for. And she was like, what? No, we didn't have any Audis. What? So she also, basically was making the jury to be like, look, she doesn't know everything that goes on with her dad, obviously. Maybe he might have some secrets that he's hiding. But, oh, it was too easy. I haven't played any of those YouTube games yet. I don't know. I don't really check them out. I don't even know where they are, to be honest with you guys. 20% say yes, 80% say no. I don't think so. Let me unfreeze my face because that's just unflattering. Okay. What happened? No, don't freeze it on the creepy picture. Oh, what that? Okay.
Okay, Ms. Messelin, what is your pleasure?
Judge, at this time, the defense can rest. Once the jury's brought out.
Okay. Mr. Caneiro, can you stand up for me?
We did it, guys.
Okay. Mr. Caneiro, there's a charge, a model charge that can be given, but it's truly your decision on whether that I give this or not. It's titled Defendant's Election Not to Testify. It says, as you know, defendant elected not to testify at trial. It is his constitutional right to remain silent. You must not consider for any purpose or in any manner in arriving at your verdict the fact that the defendant did not testify. That fact should not enter into your deliberations or discussions in any manner at any time. Defendant is entitled to have the jury consider all evidence presented at trial. He is presumed innocent, whether or not he chooses to testify. Have you had the opportunity to speak to your attorney as it relates to this charge?
I have.
Okay. And what is your position? Do you want it read or not read?
Read to the jury.
You want it read?
Yes, please.
Okay. And that you've had enough time to speak to your attorney about that?
Yes,
All right. And after full consultation, you want me to read this charge?
please.
I will read it. Okay. Thank you.
One of
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Get
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so what our plan would be, is there going to be any rebuttal?
No, Judge.
Okay, so with that being
No
said,
rebuttal.
what I will do is, I'll bring the jury back out. The defense can rest. The state will then indicate that there will be no rebuttal. At that point in time, we have already started with the moving of evidence. We'll continue on in that process. We'll go over the jury charge for the last time. And then we'll be ready for summations. Not today. Can we bring the jurors out, please?
Closings tomorrow, guys.
1 second.
Today's a good day. We've been waiting for this for 17 days. We made it. Pat on the back, everybody. We all deserve all the gold stars for surviving this. Yeah, yep. And they got nothing. They got nothing. They, no reasonable doubt presented for me, in my opinion, anyway. So, yeah, that's going to be a guilty verdict. I think they might deliberate for a while, though. Maybe not. You never know. But if they are in like a deliberation for a day or two, it won't surprise me. Because they weren't allowed to take notes.
Yes, please, if you don't mind.
And that's why I think it might be a longer jury deliberation. Because of that, they might want to go back and review stuff from the earlier, weeks or whatnot. Maybe not. Oh, I'm so happy. I love this for us. It's not great for Paul or Monica.
Everybody can be seated. Thank you. Okay, at this point in time, what is the state's or the defense's preference with moving forward? Any other witnesses?
No further witnesses, Judge. That's at this point in time.
All right, so the defense rests. Will there be any rebuttal from the state?
Judge, there will not be any rebuttal.
Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, here's where we are. We're at a time where all the testimony has been concluded. One area that still is outstanding that's going to be done now outside of your presence, you will not have to sit here for it. But I decide remember all the exhibits that you've heard about through the course of the trial?
It's boring.
The court makes a decision on which actual exhibits you have in the jury deliberation room at the time that you start your deliberations. While you may not have every single exhibit that was mentioned, you would be able to consider the testimony of any and all exhibits. It will only be the exhibits that I give you are the ones that you're allowed to physically have in the jury room. So if you're one of the 12 deliberating jurors and you say, judge forgot to give me exhibit number whatever, I didn't forget. I promise you that. You're going to get what you're going to be allowed to have, but you can always remember the testimony. That's why there's 12 of you that will decide this case, and you can remember whatever you want to remember. So that's number one. Number two, if you recall, what I've said is that at the end of the case, at the end of the summations, I give you the law that you will have to apply to the facts as you find the facts in this particular case. I go over that law with the attorneys on several occasions before it's ever read to you. We've done that a few times. I'm going to do that for the final time this afternoon to make sure that that's also accomplished. So while I'm letting you go, and I know today was not the best for time-wise, I hope that you understand that our plan is we're going to finish that up tonight. Summations will be tomorrow morning. You'll be here tomorrow morning at normal time, which will be 8 o'clock. We'll start at 8:30. Summations will start in reverse order. We start with the defense's summation, then we'll have the state summation, and then we'll move into the actual charge. It is after that, then we get into the deliberations, and we'll pick, if everybody remembers, then we get to see how we pick alternates in this Monmouth County. Pretty high tech. It's very exciting. Can't wait to show it to you. So with that being said, though, that you're done for tonight. You don't discuss this case. Now, just because we're at a point where we're done with all the testimony, do not discuss this case. There's no greater time than right now than a need for you to listen, not to discuss this case at all. You haven't heard the summations. You haven't heard my charge. Only deliberation is done in that jury room with the door shut, and that's for you and you alone when you decide to start your deliberations. So with that being said, don't discuss this case. Don't do any research. I hope you have an excellent night. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Please be safe. Thank you so much.
We love this story. Not just for Paul, but for the rest of us, we're very pleased for sure that's happening. I very much like this judge. I would absolutely love to watch another trial that doesn't have freaking Andy in it, to be quite honest with you. Even Monica, I'd probably watch another one of her trials, but Andy, babes, I'm sorry. No, thank you. But I think he's a really great judge in the fact that he is very engaged in the trial. Earlier today, he held up a stack of legal pads with his own notes. Like, he is very present. I think he's great. I don't know what everybody's local opinions are of him, but of all the judges I've watched in trial, he has definitely made my top 5. I very much think he's a fair and partial judge as well. I did not feel he was favoring one side or the other. I know the defense is like, well, we didn't get it. He also decided to come out of the
Just give me 1 second, please.
Angie, don't put that into the universe, ma'am. No, I think it'll be Monica. Now, we are not going to stay and watch. I watched it on Friday when they were doing it. It's so boring, you guys. So boring.
So I'm going to go back to the exhibits.
Okay,
we spent a good.
We're doing that, my friend. It's literally, he says a number and they say yes, no. And most of the times it's yes. There's no extra arguments in between. It's literally, you can watch on your own if you want to be more bored, but we have earned the celebration. I can't tell you how excited I am right now. If you can't tell, just jumping up and down in my seat that we are so done with this trial. Like I said, I do think deliberation's going to be a couple days. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Wouldn't be surprised if it is, though. Oh, man. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Oh, good. Goodness gracious. Well, you guys, on that note, I'm going to skedaddle and get to work on some other things, i.e. Laura Owens things, and try to figure out what my schedule's going to be like now that I have the next 7 weeks of my life back. Not being held hostage. Oh, that's inappropriate, Llama. Now's not a good time to say that. Strike that from the record. Not a good time to probably say that. My apologies. Did not mean it like that. But anyway. Anyway, we did it. We did it. Congratulations. All right, good. You guys, this has been the most painful trial I have ever watched in my whole life. Yeah. I thought about that after the like, oh, too soon, Llama. Don't say that. Don't say that. Anywho, you guys. All right, so we're gonna be back same time in the morning tomorrow for what it may be our last day of the Caneiro trial. So get your beauty sleep. Tomorrow could be a short day, a long day. We don't know. Will a verdict come in tomorrow? I don't know. We'll see. But I think that they'll be they'll go into verdict watch probably around lunch. They might not start till after lunchtime, but. And remember, the defense goes first, which is interesting. So we will be seeing them. So, all right, everybody. Hey, thank you for what has been the best day of the last 17 days of trial. I'm so happy for all of us. But all right, you guys, until next time, as I always say, go forth and be amazing. All right. Bye, guys.